I'm live. Instagram Live. Haven't seen you in a while. I don't think I've been live on Instagram since 2021. Hello. Welcome. Hi. Okay. So what I'm doing is doing this Instagram Live to encourage whoever wants to get on the Zoom call and chat for a bit, to go to the link in my bio. Um, I really wanted to do this because I feel like it's something that is part of my passion and gift to connect and listen and help solve problems. Hi, Carson. Oh my God, yay, a friend. I'm live on Instagram. It's 2020. And so I'm in the Zoom link. I love you too so much. Oh my God. I miss you. Can you come over? Um, I just want to offer this space to whoever needs it and wants it. There's so much to talk about. There's so much that hasn't been said that needs to be said, that are internal conversations that you're having with yourself that maybe you want a little bit more clarity on. Just come in. I need the link to the so this is Instagram Live. I'm just using this as a tool. This isn't where I'm actually going to like host the conversations. I'm going to host them on Zoom, which I'm in the Zoom room right now. So, hey, if you want to come in, I think you just have to somebody request to tell me if it's actually working. Um, because I know it's like maybe a lot to ask right off the bat for people to have these conversations, with their face. So the thing about Zoom is that you don't have to include your face and you don't have to include your name if you don't want, just like old school radio call-in. Those were completely anonymous. So let's start there. Everyone's in the Instagram, no one's in the Zoom. Let's go from Instagram to Zoom. If you could see this, you would see that there's clapping over here. That's now going to the Zoom. Carson, can you go in the Zoom and see and let me see if I'll get a notification? Because I've never like hosted how when you go on Zoom, it's like people are in the waiting room. I don't know if there's anyone in the waiting room. Tell us more about the Zoom. Okay. So basically, it's just like this idea that you call in and I say, how can I help you? What do you want to talk about? And then you just like share something that needs solving or exploring or clarity, connection, if you need to be seen or validated or you need to be challenged, anything that's like in your heart and on your mind to talk about, I want to hold that space for you. But I want to do it as a place where then I can post it as a video so that other people can listen to what people are going through and they can understand that they're not alone in what they're going through. And the Zoom link is in my bio on Instagram. It says call in link. And then we're just gonna like take it from there. Okay, hi, someone joined. So we're gonna get to this call in one second. I'm just gonna finish describing on Instagram because my Carson, thank you for asking questions and asking me to create structure. So I want it to be a weekly Friday call that I open space for. Today I had intended to do it at 12:30 Eastern, but then I didn't sleep at all because my son is teething. So I needed like a little more time to take a bath and get my life together and go for a walk, etc. But I think weekly Friday, maybe this time, maybe like 3 p.m. on the East Coast is a good time to try to do this every week. And I was just kind of gonna like drop the link and and just go from there. Let me take this call and see how this goes. Hello?
Hi, is it me?
You, Crystal.
Hi, how are you?
Your name and use your voice. I'm still on Instagram Live.
Okay, so I'm not sure what I still am not sure what this is, but I wanted to join because I've been following you for a bit. I think you're also following us, and I wanted to check in.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Who are
so
you guys?
we are Stop the Bop, so we're
Yes.
fighting to protect natural medicine in California, where the Board of Pharmacy is trying to ban them.
Okay, okay. I'm so happy that you called in. Thank you. Um,
Yeah,
now
absolutely.
I'm not really sure what this call is either. I just know that I'm called to like create a community space where people can share things that they're doing and that they're going through. So this is
I
perfect.
love that. Okay, well that's perfect. That's perfect. Well, I support that and I support what you're doing. I'm the founder of Stop the Bop, so I've been watching your Instagram and I love everything that you're doing. So I guess I wanted to join and kind of participate because want to help the community.
Totally. Maybe before we get to, is there something specific that you wanted to talk about, like personally, or do you want to share about Stop the Bop? I mean, I'd love for you to do that, but if you also have like something personal you're struggling with, I also would love to be of service in that way too.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, I guess I wanted to know, well, I was curious to learn about you and know how your community, if you're part of this community of people who believe in natural medicine, which I think that you are, but I'm not going to claim to know everything about you.
Hmm.
And I was curious about that and then yeah, and then I can share what I'm struggling with.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, when you say natural medicine, I follow Stop the Bop, and I know that a big thing that California is trying to ban is compounded supplements.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, they're trying to ban all sterile forms of all category 1 compounds. They claim it's not an outright ban, but the fact of the matter is it is going to be the same as an outright ban because they are putting restrictions on these treatments that are going to be impossible to abide by, so people will just have to stop making them.
right, such as like B12, NAD, and what else is on the docket to be banned?
Yeah, glutathione. So glutathione's a big one because people rely on sterile forms of this for their lungs and for, in getting infusions.
And
And
glutathione is something for people who don't know, which is it's a supplement, I guess. Is that how you would describe it?
it's
Compound?
I would describe it as a natural antioxidant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's an antioxidant and it helps your liver to detox, and that's really important for a lot of people with struggling with different diseases. I know for me, like I needed glutathione because I don't methylate.
Yes. Yes. Or methylcobalamin also for people who don't methylate is
Yeah.
really important. They're trying to ban that as well.
No, I know I get that prescribed. I mean, I've gotten IV drips for the past since I was like in my early 20s, and I also do injectable methylcobalamin as well because I don't methylate, and I actually got pernicious anemia because I was prescribed an antacid when I was younger, and it
Oh,
took my stomach of the intrinsic factor. So that's kind of how why I've been on this whole journey of that's like what got me into like quote unquote wellness in the first place is just
oh my
up
God.
to like all of these things.
You know what? That this is like meant to be that we connected today because the Pernicious Anemia Society literally just emailed Stop the
No
Bop
way.
on Monday, and they're gonna help us out. I think they're gonna help us out in taking action against the California State Board of Pharmacy. So
That's so fucking great.
I know, I know. We're
Wow.
really, we're really grateful to them. They're based actually in England, but they do have chapters here in the United States. And I mean, I reached out to them in the summer and just told them what's going on, and we're gonna work together. So
Why is California doing this? Like, we think of California and we're like, it's a blue state and whatever. I don't want to get too deep down the rabbit hole of politics, but it's very bizarre to me that they're cracking down. And I mean, I think I know why, but I would love to hear you explain from your perspective and your experience.
yeah, it's very interesting. So yeah, because blue state, red state, it doesn't matter if somebody is exhibiting signs of possible, ulterior motives or not explaining. It's like the problem is corruption, and we obviously have corruption on both sides.
Yeah.
That's my fear, but we don't have evidence of corruption or anything like that. It's just that because they won't provide a reason, they won't provide a scientific or safety-based reason for trying to eliminate patient access to natural medicine. Of course, most people in the comments on Stop the Bop are theorizing that there must be some degree of corruption at the, executive level at this board, because because we can't come up with any other theories.
The
But for
reason
me
is just like
personally,
what these medications are not um
they're not
FDA
FDA
approved,
approved.
so we're taking them
Exactly.
away.
Exactly, because so it's obvious that, of course, everyone's going to think that there must be, that they're gaining something from banning these. So, what do they have to gain from getting rid of natural medicine? Well, you're going to be forced to turn to, FDA approved medicine. If you're sick, that's going to be like the only option left. So, I mean, you can still take over the counter supplements. They don't have jurisdiction to ban those. So, we'll still be able to buy stuff over the counter. But of course, if you want sterile compounded forms of these treatments, it's going to become, impossible, most
I
likely.
mean, for
So
people like with pernicious anemia, for example, like it's your body won't absorb through digestion, so the sterile compounds are so important.
exactly. And the craziest thing is that for pernicious anemia, you guys can only use like the only FDA approved form of vitamin B12 injection is cyanocobalamin, right? And everyone knows cyanide is a poison. And if you aren't detoxing properly, you're going to get a buildup of cyanide.
That
And
happened
that's
to me when I first was prescribed B12, like back in 2000, what was it, like five, I think. My doctor prescribed me cyanocobalamin because like he didn't really know anything about the detoxification pathways or any of that. He was just like my normal family doctor who, through like very extensive testing, found that I had this B12 deficiency and then like diagnosed the pernicious anemia.
Oh my goodness.
Prescribed me cyanocobalamin and I was injecting myself with this like multiple times a week. And
Oh,
I was getting like more and more brain fog, more and more tired. Like I was like, I don't understand. Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to get better, and I'm not getting better. And then it wasn't until I found this really incredible, like wild doctor in LA who was on like a deeper path of functional medicine than anyone I've ever met before. And she was the one who revealed, like, oh, you're just getting a buildup of that in your body. It's not doing anything with it.
oh my God, that is so dangerous,
Yeah.
especially because cyanocobalamin, like, and I'm sure you already know this, is synthetic version of B12, so it's already less effective.
Yeah.
And methylcobalamin is the purest form you can possibly get, and
Yeah.
it can't be patented, so there's no way for a pharmaceutical company to make a profit off of it. So
Mhm.
to me, it's just really sketchy that they're trying to ban the one that can't be patented, right? And
Yeah.
and it's like the healthiest form of vitamin. It's one arguably the healthiest form because it's pure.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you so much for doing
Yeah.
Stop the Bop and being so impassioned and active. Like this is so important. When I saw that, I started texting my doctor and I was like, what can we do? And like
Oh my God.
I just
They
like I
can.
don't,
They
what
can.
can we do?
Okay, well, people can actually right now, which is rare, we're in a 30-day comment period, and the California State Board of Pharmacy is required by law to consider any public comments they receive, written comments about this that they receive. So
Okay.
people should totally submit comments to the email address is
Hold on.
pharmacyruleMaking@dca.gov, and people
Wait,
can
wait,
email
wait,
them.
wait, wait, wait.
Oh
Pharmacy
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
rule making. That's okay. At
Yeah, at dca.ca.gov. So
wait,
DCA stands for Department of Consumer Affairs. They oversee the Board of Pharmacy, although they don't. I feel like they let a lot of things slide. They're supposed to oversee the Board of Pharmacy.
sorry, I want to share with Instagram. Okay, got it, got it, got it.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm really glad we got to connect today. Feel free, please reach out to me anytime.
Okay, so everyone should go make and share their comments. And let's just like be clear that this applies to you guys if you like get a Myers cocktail after you've been drinking for a weekend.
Yeah.
This isn't just for sick people, which obviously like sick people are very important, but sometimes I feel like with these things it's only the people who it like directly affects who who write, but it's like this isn't every person thing.
Yes, yes. And doctors, and the cool thing about this is comments can be as long as you want. You can provide data and research if you want. You can make graphs and charts if you want. So unlike for spoken comments where they limit you to 2 minutes, these are written comments can be long, and people should tell
Yeah.
them give their testimony because you deserve to. People deserve to speak up.
Well, I know I definitely am going to.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Okay. Is there anything that you want to personally share?
Um, just that I don't know, that I'm glad that I found you and that we connected, and I'm really glad that I'm so grateful for the part that you're playing. For me personally, I struggle with Lyme disease. That's why I depend on these treatments.
Oh, wow.
And I struggle with a severe form of neurological Lyme disease. So that's one of the reasons I have absorption and issues with detoxification.
Hmm.
And glutathione literally saved my life. People should know that it's life-saving. And
Wow.
it's reversed liver disease, it's reversed lung damage in firefighters, and people should know glutathione is an incredible antioxidant. It's worth fighting for. So,
Hmm. Oh my
yeah.
God. Well, are you feeling okay?
I'm okay. I did relapse after the last board meeting, so I started going paralyzed again last weekend. So I had to ramp up my Lyme treatment, but I'm doing much better.
Think it's stress related?
I do think, I mean, I know stress impairs our detox pathways, so it's possible that I was getting buildup of toxins, and also it enables that Lyme bacteria to multiply faster and just sort of take over. I had mold exposure too, and that could be another reason it got worse.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Well, I
Right.
hope that you're doing things to care for yourself.
Thank you. I am. I am. I'm doing all the things. I'm all the self-care. And so I think I'm seeing my naturopath on a regular basis and
Are you
getting
spending,
glutathione every week.
are you spending time in nature?
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, we actually just became members of our local, what would we even call it? It's called Descanso Gardens. It's close to us, and they have miles of beautiful gardens, and it's perfect for us. So I've been going more often, actually.
Okay, so my prescription for you is to take time to turn your phone off, disconnect from all your warrior amazing work that you're doing, and go recharge and breathe in fresh air and beautiful sights.
Thank you. I love that. I will.
Yeah, you got this.
Thank you
And
for my
I'm definitely
prescription.
gonna, you're welcome. The doctor is in. Um, but I'm gonna write my testimonial, and I want to encourage everyone who's in here to go check out Stop the Bop. Thank you so much, Crystal, and I hope that we connect again because it's
Yes.
like the first of many cool conversations we can have.
Yes, I hope so. I'm gonna DM you. All right, I'll talk to you later. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you
Okay, love
so
you too.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. Are you still here? So amazing. Okay, that is such a cool first phone call. I totally did not expect for something like that to come through. Thank you so much, Crystal. I know there was two other people in the waiting room. Are you guys getting intimidated by waiting with your name on the screen or and then you're dipping out or what exactly is happening? The link is in my bio. I'm gonna add that again here. Um, Now, Crystal, I think you're still on.
My bad, my bad. I'm so
That's okay.
sorry.
That's okay. There's nobody else here, but I'm just like, I'm not sure if she knows that her computer is
Oh
still.
my God, that's so funny. Okay, I'm signing off.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Okay, someone else hop in. Let's do this. That was so amazing. So Crystal works for Stop the Bop, which I think her Instagram is at Stop the Bop. Let me just check. Um, and let's see, Stop the Bop. Yeah, Stop the Bop on Instagram. Protecting patient access to glutathione, ALA, B12, NAD plus, and other natural compounds facing restrictions in California. I mean, that is so fucking important. That's like a personal, it's like a personal passion of mine, a personal. There she goes, stop the bop. So we should all, if we participate with any of those things, we should all write our testimonials. Sometimes I feel like we get like, okay, I'll speak for myself. I get discouraged feeling like no one's listening and nothing matters because everything just seems like chaos at all times. And I feel like if you put your head into the news, even if it's like social media news too much, it just all seems like, oh my God, are we making progress at all? And then you talk to Crystal and you're like, oh my God, look at this woman, this warrior who's fighting for this very real thing. I didn't even know it was being threatened until I started following her. Like, we don't know about the things that matter. We just know about the things that don't matter. And then it overwhelms us and we're not able to take action on the things that do matter. So I hope these people read the community comments. Thank you so much for signing in, girl. That was amazing. And they do stop the bop. What is oh, BOP's the Board of Pharmacy. Duh. Okay. Hi. Okay, someone else pop in the Zoom. The link is in my bio. I'm going to be here for like 15 or 20 more minutes. So who wants in? Two people jumped in and then you guys jumped out. I see you, friends. Come on. Come on. All right, girl. Hi, Mary. Mary, your microphone is off and I cannot hear you, but thank you for joining.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, I had to like turn the gram off because there's probably like a slight delay, so I wasn't keeping it all in line. Hi.
Hi, thank you for calling in. Permission to
Oh,
use
yeah.
your voice on Zoom and Instagram?
Am I what?
Permission to use your voice on Zoom and Instagram?
Absolutely.
Okay, I see you, Kate. I'll get to you in about 10 minutes. Please don't go anywhere. Okay, Mary, how can I help you today?
Yeah, I mean, more or less, I just want to say like thank you to you for opening up this space. Like I'm excited to see how it evolves and what
Hmm.
you want to do. No, but it was just interesting. I wanted to kind of piggyback off of the conversation that was just happening with Crystal.
Hmm.
Because for the first time in my life, I'm working with a functional medicine doctor, and
Amazing.
one of like the main at-home therapies she's prescribed me is nebulizing glutathione.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Um,
What are you, if you don't mind me asking, what are you being prescribed that for?
so I mean, overall, right now I'm in a preconception journey.
Okay.
Um, and you know, there's a lot.
Preconception, meaning you want to get pregnant
Yes,
and you've tried and it's not worked?
correct.
Okay, got it.
Yes. Um, so yeah, like revisiting my general health before I like start going into like the next level of things.
Mhm.
Because honestly, what I'm finding more often than not is like wondering if people just kind of generally exist in this state of not feeling well. Like
Yeah.
it's so normal these days to
Hmm.
only be operating at like a 60%. And to me, like that's just not feasible. Like that's not enough for the life I've been giving. Like I want to be operating at a 90 more often than not.
I
Um,
love that so much.
yeah, thank you.
And it's so
So,
true that you're saying, like, we really, I think it's like we're so barraged with stressors and honestly like psychological warfare that we believe that it's good to feel bad.
yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like one of those things too that I always kind of like learned from childhood, like why do we wear like hunger like a badge of honor of like, oh, I only had XYZ and then I did my whole day. And it's like, okay, I feel bad for you.
That's so funny. I used to always do that when I was young. Like, I only ate a bagel today. It's like, okay, you're like starving. Why is that?
Yeah. Like how are you forming full sentences? Like
Yeah.
that's not cool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so overall, like working with this functional doctor, her like biggest point of concern for me right now is lymphatic stagnation and like how that so I'm now just exploring glutathione and a couple other supplements. I'm genuinely overwhelmed, but using it as a platform to just get informed
Yeah.
rather than scared.
Yeah.
because I do think that's like a cultural shift that needs to happen instead of being scared of all the things that could go wrong or, not go according to plan, and instead wanting to be aware of how it can change.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think like anytime you endeavor to do something like what you're doing, you kind of have to take the position of, I'm excited to see myself heal,
hmm
and I'm committed to doing what I have to do on this journey to make that happen, and kind of being an explorer and making it interesting instead of letting it feel like this weight or like this to-do list.
1000%.
And
1000%.
something my doctor says that I think is really smart is he'll always say, start low, go slow. Like natural healing and just healing in general does not happen overnight. It takes some time, and but then the time is like a sustainable experience, instead of we're like take an Advil, get better. Like that's kind of the paradigm that we've been raised in, and that's just not really how it goes.
Oh no.
Are you there?
Yeah, are you?
Yeah,
Internet
I'm
cut like
here.
a little bit. Hi.
You lose me?
Briefly, yeah, but
Saying that we like, we come from this place where we feel like, oh, we take an Advil, our headache goes away, and so then we're healed, but when it comes to like functional medicine and healing your body that way, it takes a bit of time. And so that's also the reframe, is to give
totally.
yourself the time and the space and not to feel like you need to get better right away. It's going to be like an incremental thing. And then one day you're just going to wake up pregnant, and you kind of have to hold that vision.
No, absolutely. And I appreciate that. My doctor literally said it. She's like, give me a year. She's like, I know that sounds like a long amount of time, but like truthfully, anything worthwhile and anything that requires sustainable change, like it needs the space.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
also,
honestly, a year is not a long time. I was just on my walk this morning and I was like, oh my God, my baby's going to be a year and 3 months. Like, I feel like, and then I was like, I still haven't lost the baby weight, but like joking. But, it went by like so fucking fast. And that's how it's going to be for you too.
yeah, I
For
just have to
better
say
and
too,
for worse.
yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Also, your baby is beautiful. He's just like angel deliciousness. Congratulations. He's
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah,
oh.
I mean, just from like my perspective, I don't know how old you are and you don't have to share, but like,
Mhm.
I was single for almost all of my 30s and was obviously getting my gyno checkups, and they were feeding me all of the lines about being geriatric and wanting to freeze my eggs, and the litany of things that they tell you to do when they say then when they like put you into that box of being a certain age. And I think like, also watching the thoughts that you've adopted into your own mind when it comes to like what they tell us about our bodies is also really important. Because like then I just got pregnant randomly at 37, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I hadn't done any of those things because but I did do what you're doing, which is I spent the year prior, not exactly in the same conscious way that you're doing, but just really working on my health. Like I knew that I was single, so it was kind of like, I don't know where this baby is coming from, but um, I knew that I wanted the next phase of my life to be like moving into family. And
Yeah.
I quit smoking spliffs, I quit getting Botox, like I quit everything that felt like it was out of alignment for like who I wanted to be in this future version of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That's really
So
important.
that's awesome that you're doing that. Are you getting lymphatic massages?
So we're doing like a couple different lymphatic supportive therapies. They use like a couple different technologies at the office that I go to, but like there's like a Hemasonics lymphatic machine. There's a couple different things. They put me on one of those like old school shakers, like those like
I love
vibrating.
that. Wait, where do you
Yes.
live?
I live in Rhode Island.
Okay, can we share the name of your doctor? Because I feel like this could also be something for the community, something I wanted to do during Sir Retrograde, but like there was just too many things going on, and it was one of my millions of thoughts. Was like, I feel like
hmm
there should be a directory where like people can find good doctors in their area. I feel like that's something that
Yeah.
everyone struggles with. Like so many people hit me up like, do you know a good functional doctor here or there? And I'm like, I don't. So I feel like You're inspiring me to say, okay, we're starting with Rhode Island. Didn't think it would start here, but it's starting here.
Amazing. Yes, I go to the Biomed Center, and my doctor is Dr. Marlene Bassett.
Okay, Rhode Island peeps, are you out there?
Apparently, we are somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, she sounds amazing.
Thank you. There's also there's a sister office in Scottsdale, Arizona. There's a biomed center there as well.
Okay, cool. Scottsdale is
And
so wellnessy.
yes, I will also say Rhode Island in this instance, my dentist is in the same building. It's a holistic dentist.
Ooh.
Yes. So like those two doctors are able to speak to one another.
Mm.
Just as far as like my dental care goes, my overall health, which is incredible. Also in their basement, they have a sauna, they have a Lumi bed, they have like all sorts of great things. There's like
Wow.
you can do all your supplements through there. It's a cool center.
That's so cool. I've always wanted to know about a doctor who included dentistry in their practice. It's so fucking important.
Mm.
Sarah,
Serious and not to like keep going, but I had a giant um like tooth trauma when I was 12 that
hmm.
has like haunted me my whole life.
Mhm.
But
That sounds
that's it.
horrible.
Yeah, never get smacked in the face with a softball. It's not recommended.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Um,
Okay, so it's haunted you and like created all types of mouth issues?
well, it's my front tooth too, of all things. So it's just like, the base of your existence. It's when you smile, it's all these things that you think of. Yeah, but it was just like never really quite right. And I had like too much work done on it when I was still a child. And then like your face changes and your bone structure changes. So putting like a permanent implant in when you're 16 and your jaw's still gonna move,
Yeah.
hindsight's 2020. Um,
I
but
was
no,
just talking about that with with Tyler about orthodontistry and how like why are they setting your teeth when you're still growing? Like I feel like that's the source of all my jaw issues.
yeah, yeah, no kidding. Like your face still elongates from when you're a
Yeah.
teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
things move out of place. But yeah, like this doctor was able to like even explore like maybe I'm allergic to the metal in my implant. We've done like
Oh,
really
wow.
cool like blood tests, and I would never say that a blood test is cool, but it's interesting to get that info.
No, I think it's very cool.
Yeah, they shipped it to Germany, which was like,
Wow.
of course, in my head, I'm like, this sounds like the start of a really bad movie. Like,
No, but Germany is really ahead when it comes to healthcare and like cutting edge treatments. I remember when my mom had cancer, I was doing a lot of research because I obviously was like, it's not good if she goes into the chemotherapy paradigm, which she did and she died. So I'm not saying
Mhm.
it's because of that, but it definitely didn't help.
Yeah,
Maybe I am saying it's because of that a little bit, if I'm being honest.
it's okay.
But Germany was one of the countries that had all the cool shit.
Yeah,
So that's awesome.
yeah, it's all very, but I will say, just to like connect it all back, still at like the baseline of my treatment plan, it's like eating 10 different color fruits and vegetables a day? Am I sitting down when I'm eating? Am I like actually taking deep belly breaths throughout the day? Am I doing something that makes me happy every day?
Yeah.
Or am I just kind of going through the motions? So it's been really interesting. I think that's like so cool what Crystal's doing and how there's a lot of information out there. And I'm hoping that spaces like this can encourage people to follow the pings, like not to, but like that's really what That's So Retrograde was like to me. And I always felt that way. It would be like an episode dropped, and I'm like, that's something that I thought of last week. And now
Yeah,
there's like, it's that connective feeling through all of us. Like there's somebody else out there who is
exactly.
thinking this thing.
Exactly.
And
That's totally why I want to hold this space because I feel like so many of us are going through so many similar things. And like Instagram just isn't like it's awesome that I have people on live right now that are joining the Zoom and are listening, but like just the way that we share content and exchange information, I feel like now is just, it's not healthy for us and it's not helping us. Like, even people who want to, who say amazing things like in their stories and write paragraphs, and even when I do, it's like, I think 99% of the time it's either just inflammatory or falling on deaf ears.
Hmm.
So it's
And like
like,
coming out of our own, not like desperation, but that need of like, I do have a voice and I do want to contribute.
yeah.
But like you said, like, who is it actually reaching and is it hitting the people that we want to? And
Yeah, because I think it's like not as human. Like, I feel like you followed me on Instagram for a while and we probably communicated on DM, and I'm like so excited and happy to be hearing your voice and like meeting you, you know? I'm like, this
no, I
is
appreciate that.
better.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel that same way. And
Yeah.
it's a lot more like you said, you can read anything. You can read anything, but when you're actually being able to be in active community with somebody and
Yeah.
hearing their testimony and hearing someone's voice, and it counts for a lot.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Mary, thank you so much for calling and sharing, and I'm wishing you so well on your conception journey. And I'm here with any questions that you might have or guidance as far as like pregnancy once you get there or birth. I feel like I really went in deep, and I would love to share a lot of what I've learned, with anyone who's interested, because it's like there's so much misinformation, and so once you get pregnant, it's a whole nother hurdle, to
No kidding. Yeah.
jump. And so just I'm available for that as well.
Thank you so,
Yeah,
so, so much.
yeah. And thank you. And I'll talk
Yes.
to you soon.
Yes. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Kate, are you still there? Oh, wait, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I had it on mute.
That's okay. Hi.
Um, Hi, it's so great to talk to you. Thank you for doing this. And I don't know about you, I'm feeling like the full moon Taurus vibes a lot today. So like my brain is
Yeah.
like I'm just like I don't know, all over the place. But and it's not like me to even like I'm like the type of person that doesn't like to ask for guidance. Like I'm an Aries and I'm always like, oh, I'll just figure it out on my own, whatever. So I'm like going outside my comfort zone right now,
I
but I
love
love
it.
you. Yeah, I love you, and I've been following you for a long time since that's so retrograde. And also, I used to live in LA, and like I did like work did like Kundalini yoga, so I know like Remington and like huge fan of his as well. So
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, it's just interesting that Mary, who was just speaking with you, what you guys are talking about, it's something I've been trying to figure out. And it's been really just so refreshing to follow your journey in becoming a mother and your experience, and how much joy you're you're sharing, because I feel like there's so much narrative around having kids that's like negative and fearful, and like to see somebody who's having like just so much bliss and love and like happiness, it's so healing and refreshing to see that, because I feel
Thank
like
you so
it's
much.
yeah, yeah. So thank you for that. I'm 43, and I have been going back and forth for the last couple years about, do I want to have a child or not? And then of course I know my age, it's like this pressure, and it's weird because it's like I'll have moments where I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do this, and then I have all these, I guess maybe like fears in my head, and I don't know if it's, I feel like if I've been thinking about it this long, then that would mean that I do want to have a baby, because I wouldn't, if I didn't want one, I wouldn't be thinking about it. But I
Hmm.
don't know why there's all these blocks that come up when I've never done IVF or anything. I haven't gone down that journey or anything. I've been with my boyfriend for a long time, and he's totally on board. I think I have all these blocks, and I don't know where they. There's like so many layers of like fears that I have, and I don't know how
Yeah.
to like break through them. Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Yeah.
okay. So, no, I'm so happy. First of all, I think that you're calling on the perfect day. Like you mentioned, the Taurus moon, and it really is. I was feeling it all day today too. I was feeling like my body was like filled with energy that I just wanted to like almost like pop myself like a balloon and just like gas myself out. I'm like, man, I
Yeah.
need space. I need to move. I need to drop like this whole piece of myself off that can't come with me. And I think like maybe something that you should do today is do a bit of journaling around what those fears are, and in your journal like challenge them. So write one and then with like the other observer voice ask why. Because like deep down inside where those fears are coming from. Only you can know that, whether it's your childhood, past relationships, whatever it is, or just general, like we don't live in a society that supports fucking families, which is like a very real thing. When you have a kid, like I think the reason why I'm experiencing so much joy and so much of that is because I've completely unsubscribed from anyone telling me what the fuck to do. And that's a big part of like the motherhood journey and the parenting journey is there's so much and even just the conception journey, there's so much that people are telling you is the truth. And you have to like decondition your brain from attaching to those things as truth before you can discover what the truth is for you. Because you clearly want it, and you would probably be great with a child. You seem so sweet and so fun and so open, and that's like all you really need. You just need to be open and willing to show up and be loving. And so you should challenge your fears and maybe let that part of you that lives in that fear make a commitment to letting that go today. And it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning and you're going to be like, oh, fuck, I'm still scared. And like, but you have to keep showing up to that process of letting it go, because I think what's happening is the fear is there, but you're like putting it off and you don't want to confront it. And time is moving forward. And that's not to say that like you're getting too old, because that's not what I'm saying. But time moves forward, and the longer you don't look at something, that is the part where you wake up one day and you're like, fuck, I didn't confront my shit, and then I didn't get what I wanted. Because anything that you want is possible for you to receive and create. So I think, yeah, I can't say don't be scared, because there are very real hard things about being a parent. And I go through them and I'm exhausted. My tits are fucking aching right now, like it's real, but it's like it's not scary hard. It's just regular life stuff. Does that
Yeah. Yeah, that all resonates. It's so great to hear. Kind of like it's like a mirror being put to my face because it's exactly right. It's like I'm just pushing it off. I'm like, I have time,
yeah.
and like um and I don't usually write or journal, and I think it's good to get all that stuff out and just release it so I can actually like pull it
You know
out
what?
because
You know what might be good for
yeah.
you if you're not really a journaler or writer, which is like another technique that I really like, is I literally just turn on my voice record and I just
Okay.
talk to myself out
Oh,
loud.
I like that.
And
Yeah.
then I'm like, I say everything and I kind of treat myself like my own therapist, like challenging my thoughts and going in different directions and just following the thought with absolutely no self-consciousness whatsoever. And then like give it a beat and listen back. And then you'll really be mirrored to yourself. And if you're listening and you're being really honest, you're going to see where you're creating the blocks and the fears in your own thought process.
Right. Like the patterns that are, yeah, I
it,
got it.
you just kind of
That's
have to be the observer, and then obviously there's so many other things you could do somatically and all of that, but I think for you right now it's like it's a mental exercise at the very beginning. And then
got
if you
it.
discover the source of your fears or your blocks and they're living in your body, then you would want to do other things to clear that out and create the space. I
Yeah.
think even talking about it more with your partner would be helpful.
Hmm. Yeah.
opening your heart to him and being like, okay, I really want this and I really want to create this. And just having those conversations can be so healing and revelatory as well. Like he might be able to poke at some of your blocks and you at his, and you guys need to create that space together because it's not just on you either. It's very much a
Mm,
team effort.
yeah. Thanks for
His
reminding
soul
me of
and his
that.
body also need to be in alignment and agreement and all of it. You want because your child together.
Right. That's a really good point because I kind of forget about it sometimes. Like it has to be like all. I feel like the pressure is on me. Like he just like whenever you're ready, But like I think that would be healthy to talk about it because we don't really talk about it that much. Maybe because I have a lot of fears about it. I kind of like, oh, we'll talk about it later.
I think like open
Yeah.
up to him with your fears
Okay. Yeah.
and also with your dreams. Share
Yeah.
the parts that scare you and share the parts that excite you and then build that world together in conversation. I definitely think that our world is one that puts a lot of pressure on the mother and doesn't really emphasize the father's role in any of this in sort of in a bizarre way.
Yeah.
And I think when you're in like a conscious place, it's sort of your role as well to bring him in because men also don't really know how to touch it because it feels a little bit like it's our journey too.
Yeah.
But so you have
Yeah.
to also be like the divine feminine, the leader of the conversation and opening space to receive that thing for
Right.
you guys because you're the one that will end up,
Right.
you know.
Right. Yeah. I work remotely and I do customer experience and I can never see how like it works when you have a baby doing like my type of job and that like stresses the hell out of me because I'm like
Yeah.
I'm so scared of the changes, but I know you figure things out as you go and like
I
everything's
think
always going to
everyone's like,
change.
I just want to be ready for the baby. I just want to get ready.
Right.
Genevieve, I see you and you're coming up next, by the way. But everyone's like, I just want to I want to get ready. I want to be prepared. It's like, you can never be ready. Like, as you can have everything perfect, and then the baby comes and it's its own being, and it's not like it's its own being of chaos, but just I'm challenging this notion that there is a readiness or a preparedness other than just having yourself together and being willing to be flexible and roll with it. That's a really big
Yeah.
having a baby
Right.
is all about just like rolling with it.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
they're like the tiny boss. And you have to be willing to just like allow that to be integrated into your life. It is a big change, but it's like maybe that's good. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
why wouldn't
Yeah.
you want that?
Right. Maybe it'd be healthy to not be like I have to be in control of everything, but maybe it's okay to like have something shift that. Yeah. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
like challenge
Yeah.
where you are, challenge your own comfortability and like trust that the change will bring things that are challenging, but it will also bring things that are so beautiful beyond your wildest imagination. Like the love that you feel for your own child is psychotic. Like it's like uh, dimensionally challenging, like lifetime spanning love. And it's
Wow.
incredible. So it's like worth it when they stay up all night sucking on your nipples and making your back hurt, And even that is
Right.
such a short season. Like in 1 year, two
Yeah.
years, I'm not going to be here with him. And I'm going to be like, fuck, I miss those times.
Right.
As hard as
Right.
they are, I miss that he's going to like whatever he is doing right now. I know that. So
Yeah.
life is always changing and moving, whether you want it to or not.
Right. One day they're going to be a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna have to deal with that, and I'm really putting that fear out of my mind right now.
Well, I mean, I think the thing that's so special about you is, I mean, of course, I know you're naturally like a funny person. And I think your sense of humor about things that's so important, So like not take things too seriously or whatever. So I mean, yeah,
Exactly. It's
yeah, you got the
just
right
life.
attitude.
It's not serious.
Right. Yeah. And Remington told me one time, I had a reading with him really quick, and he was like, I think you take yourself so seriously that you don't take yourself seriously. So
Interesting. That's a fucked up good read though. Shit.
yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think try to
Well,
have more fun and be more playful with it.
okay. All
Yeah.
right.
But I'm
Thank you
here for
so much.
you and come back on a call, check up on the DMs. Like you're gonna get there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it so much. Love
Lots
you.
of love.
Appreciate it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye,
Okay.
Kate.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, Genevieve,
Here
Genevieve.
I am. I honestly don't even have a question. I just was like, oh shit, she's on a live. I want to hear what she's saying because I'll just echo, I mean, what I think Kate was saying. Like, I always was like, ah, fuck that. I'm not having kids. Like, I couldn't, like, took care of people my whole life. And then you started sharing your journey, and I was like, God damn it, I feel something that I don't want to feel. I'm like, oh, I'm crying at this. Like, why am I crying? And anyway, that's been a whole journey of like unraveling. And so we'll see what happens. But
Wait,
like,
my
I,
child spawned your uterus opening to
I
childbearing?
it spawned me having to look at my shit and like be honest if I actually don't want to, or if it was easier to say I don't want to, and it was fucking easier to say I didn't want a kid. So I guess, yeah, thanks for sharing your
Wow.
journey. That's all I have to say.
That is so honest and so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my God.
And just like even like the resources that you shared too of this like alternative, like I mean, literally one of my biggest fears was going to a hospital to have a kid, which like whatever, I'm sure my own journey will take its own form. But when you're just like, yeah, I wasn't gonna do that, and I'm like, oh, people can like just decide that, like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I don't know, just very, very expansive. So thank you, and yeah, we'll see if I end up with a little nugget thanks to yours. So
Thank you so much for that reflection. It means so much to me because I have such a deranged relationship with Instagram and with sharing, just like in
you
general.
know,
That's my main battle at this point in life.
yeah,
Like wanting to
fair.
like hide
It's
and
tough. Yeah,
my life, and then also knowing that like part of my path is to share and is
yeah,
to do what you're saying. Um, but it can be challenging and scary, and it can be it just it's something that, especially after COVID and after everything that happened during that time, was a very
yeah,
like wounding time for me. So just hearing that my little like peep outside trying to like take the temperature of the internet is like
yeah.
causing positive ripples means so much to me. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. And I appreciate you because yeah, I mean, even everything during COVID, it was funny because one of my best friends and I listened to that podcast and like we could feel it happening and we're just like,
Yeah.
oh, thank you for being so honest like during it all and just sharing the the viewpoint you have had through this whole journey. I'm just like, oh, someone else like who's speaking like what I feel into the world for like to know I'm not literally on this island by myself. Like
Yeah.
it was just very helpful in all the ways. So yeah, thank you.
That is so amazing. I needed to hear that.
I mean, I needed to hear all the shit you said. So yeah, I figured I could at least echo it back once. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Is there any question or any feeling that I can like further illuminate for you in that conversation?
I mean, I'm sure if when it comes I will ask you, but I have nothing in this moment besides gratitude. So I actually was on a corporate I work at a corporate job currently and work from home. And I was like on this meeting and I was like, what, opened up Instagram quick and I saw you were live. I'm like, I gotta go. Like, it's Friday afternoon. I'm pretty sure whatever Steph has to say is gonna be way more helpful than whatever I'm listening to right now.
I'm obsessed.
Any- anyway, I do have to jump, but thank you so much, and I will be on more calls. So
Thank you so much, love. Good luck. Bye.
bye.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, this has been honestly so fun and so great and so informative. And I think I might have to go now because these things are getting pretty full of mother's milk. But let's do this again, fam. I think I'm recording my Zoom meeting. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop the Zoom recording and I'm gonna post it on YouTube, and I think I'll just share this live on my profile because it's fucking been rad. And then let's do this again next Friday. I think Fridays feels good. It's a Venus day. I'm vibing with that. Let's say Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern. I think I started this one at like 2:45, so I'm gonna hop off now, but an hour starting, unless anyone else is like desperate to join, I'm gonna go. But I love all of you. Thanks for being here, and more soon. Okay. How do I end the live? And no, that's not it. And and I have no request. No, wait, guys, tell me. I love you, Michelle. Oh my God, hi. Somebody tell me how to end an Instagram live. End X. Okay. Oh, hi, Maggie. I'm just signing off. Okay. Next Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing this again. Lots of love. Bye. Share. Fun. Okay. Your saved videos. Okay. Ending the Zoom meeting. Stop recording. Bye, fam. Love you guys.